black Puerto Rican and Nicaraguan. I look hella busted. It's cool. It's Okie dokie.
All right, so I'm here with Nina. Nina, how old are you?
I'm 23.
23. And
Yeah.
are you originally from Arizona?
No, I'm not. I was born and raised in San Francisco, California.
San Francisco, California.
Yeah.
And what brings you out here?
I moved out here like a while ago, like 9 years ago, to live with my grandparents and stuff. So, because my mom, she couldn't handle, raising a child by herself. As a single mom, it was pretty hard on her, I guess. Because she had me when she was 17 years old. So, I guess not everybody's as strong as others. Can't handle it. Things like other people can. But it's okay. I had a good childhood growing up, My grandparents did everything they could to make me happy, and I don't, regret anything that I did or, take anything for granted that they did for me. They actually gave me a really good childhood, I was a very spoiled child. I lived really good. We always had a nice house. I lived in a house growing up, not an apartment or anything else like that. In a big house, with a pool, everything. I was a very happy kid, I grew up very happy, so life was good back then, but, didn't stay that way forever.
And are you homeless right now?
Unfortunately, yeah, I am. I'm homeless right now.
How did you end up homeless?
Man, my grandfather had gotten cancer. He had gotten esophagus cancer. He had gotten esophagus cancer about 3.5 years ago, and paying for all his treatments and all his necessities that he needed when he was home and stuff. It was very expensive, and it was really hard for my grandma to pay for everything. So, I helped her pay as much as I could. Everything that I could afford to give her, I gave her. So, after a while, money runs low, and we couldn't afford to, pay for rent anymore. And we ended up losing our house. So when we lost our house, we were living in and out of different hotels and stuff like that. And that gets really expensive, super, super expensive. Like I had a lot of money in my savings account from growing up, from like birthdays and Christmas and fucking working and shit. But after a while, like all that shit, it dried up. I spent it all. I even had my own car, and somebody had stolen my grandmother's car when we were staying in a motel. And it was like Northern in the I-17 over there at the La Quinta over there. Somebody stole my grandmother's car, so I ended up giving my grandma my car, so she didn't have to walk anywhere or take the bus. And it got really stressful being in a room with all three of us together in a small little room. And so I get really bad anxiety, in small spaces. And I ended up, leaving the hotel where they were staying at and going across the freeway, just on the other side, and getting my own room. And I was able to pay for it for a while. It was easy for me to keep my own room by myself. For like $50 a day was, that ain't shit, when you have a job. But I started smoking these pills, and like very soon after I started smoking these pills, my money started, diminishing very quickly, and I wasn't able to pay for my room by myself anymore. So I started, asking people if they wanted to, split a room, and that's not the smartest thing because, people aren't just too trustworthy out here, And I didn't know nobody over here because I didn't grow up on this side, you know, or anything. So I don't really know too many people on this side of town at all when I first started staying over here. So I was staying with like, you know, complete strangers, and think people, you know, people are very convincing. So, you know, people steal your stuff, and then you end up with nothing at the end of the day. You know, I always ended up with nothing at the end of the day. So I always had to pay for stuff, new stuff all the time, and it's expensive.
How did you get introduced to the blues?
To the pills. Well, before I became homeless, I used to smoke heroin. I used to smoke a lot of heroin, and I ended up getting on methadone. And I was taking methadone, and I was still on methadone when we lost our house. And I was doing good. I was on methadone for almost a year, and I was doing really good. You know, like I said, I had a job and everything, and you know, I was doing a great job. I thought I was very proud of myself, you know. But when I moved out of my grandparents' hotel room and I moved into that hotel where I was staying at, I think it's called the Phoenix Inn, and it was a very big hotspot for the pills, to the blues, and I don't know, I just, you know, got curious. You know, literally everybody smokes those pills over there. Like everywhere you turn, every corner you turn, you know, there's somebody smoking a pill. And I just wanted to try it. You know, it sounds stupid, but I just wanted to try you know, hit the smoking one, and I tried it, and I liked it, and I thought I was strong enough to be able to, you know, just, you know, smoke every now and then, because I was on the methadone, you know. And I thought I would be able to, you know, handle it and control myself, but I couldn't. Like I said, I liked it, and I really liked it, so I ended up just stopped taking my methadone, and you know, I just kept smoking the pills. And you know, after a while, every check I got went to pills instead of, you know, necessities, and I lost like everything basically. You know, I had already gave my grandmother my car, so I didn't have a car as a backup place to, you know, sleep, you know, or anything. And I didn't know nobody, so I couldn't have no friends, you know, houses I could stay at, or anybody that I could trust to stay at their house for the night, or anything. So I ended up out here.
What kind of work were you doing?
I had a job right there on, what was it? It was 19th Avenue and Bell Road. I was working at this place. It was a food place called Upper Crust Pizza. So I had a job for a while, for like almost 2 years. So, and I was doing really well over there. I got paid really good. I think I made more money in tips than I did in my paycheck, you know. So that's what I was doing for a while. I worked as a waitress, you know, over there, and I liked my job a lot. So after a while, you know, the pills they take control of your life, you know. You know, they make you think differently, and your priorities, you know, disappear. And
what about your grandma? Do you still have her out here?
Yeah, I do. I have my grandma still lives here in Arizona. Ooh, be careful. But my communication with my grandmother is not there. Honestly, it's not there no more. These freaking mosquitoes, they're everywhere. Oh my God.
Why is that? Is that because of the addiction?
Yeah, it is. You know, I'm not proud of, you know, the choices I made in life. You know, I love my grandma a lot. I love my grandparents both a lot, and you know, it's just embarrassing, the choices that I made. You know, being addicted to these pills and being out here on the streets. You know, it's like I said, it's very embarrassing. You know, and I don't like, you know, talking to my grandma about it. You know, or, you know, telling her what I'm doing, or listening to her tell me, you know, all the things that I'm doing wrong, and you know, how upset she is with me, and how disappointed she is in me. And you know, it's not good. It doesn't feel good listening to those things, you know, from somebody you care about a lot. So I just don't talk to her no more, even though I want to talk to her every day, you know. I don't want to hear those things coming from her, and I don't know.
But does she know about your current situation right now, that you're out here homeless?
Oh yeah, she does. But at the same time, I'm a grown up. I'm 23 years old. It should be. She knows that I'm very capable of taking care of myself and getting a job and taking care of my priorities and everything. So she's hard on me. She's very hard on me with that kind of stuff. So she doesn't really help me out too much because she knows that I can do it on my own. And I don't like asking her for money because of her situation of us not having a home, and her still living in a weekly hotel, and not her in her own space and not in her own home. So I don't ask her for anything. I used to.
Grandma's still at a hotel?
She's not in a hotel necessarily. It's like a weekly, like like a single suites kind of deal. Like it's like looks like an apartment basically, but it's I don't know what it's called, the Budget Inn. It's like one of those nicer, upgraded budget inns or budget suites. That's what it's called, budget suites.
Do you have any siblings?
I do. I have brothers and sisters, but they're all younger than me, like way younger than me.
Are they with grandma?
No, they're with my mom. Me and my mom. My mom she never raised me. I never lived with her at all. I've always lived with my grandparents or aunts and uncles growing up my whole life. After I was 4 years old, my mom she gave me up. So, and me and her, we don't get along at all. Unfortunately, as much as I've tried to talk to her, to have a relationship with her, it's hard. She's just very, very mean. She's a very mean person. I would love to have a relationship with my mom, but I'm a very sensitive person, so I don't like listening to people call me names and talk down on me. It doesn't feel good when people tell you that you're this and that you're that. It sucks. So I just avoid her at all costs, unfortunately, because when I do that, I don't get to see my little brother, my little sister at all. So, because they live with her, and I love them so much. They're so, they're very cute. They're very smart, and they make me feel good. They make me smile. But yeah, it sucks. Like I said, I can't talk to them because they stay with her, and we don't get along. So it makes me very depressed, knowing that I can't see them or talk to them or call them on the phone or nothing. But so it's whatever.
Have you ever tried professional help?
Yes, I have. I've tried detox. I've tried rehab facilities. All kinds of stuff. I'm just like I'm a very hard-headed person. I don't like listening to people tell me what to do. So, and I like to do things my own way, but I don't know. Lately, I've been thinking that it's time to, just to go into detox or go to rehab, like an actual rehab facility that I can get like really good help at for like, those 3-month programs. Or 6-month programs or whatever. I don't want to go somewhere where I'm there for a week and then I leave and I'm fully detoxed and that's it. I just detox and I have the pills out of my system and that's it. And then I'm back out here on the streets and I'm still homeless. So I'm still without anything, without a place to stay. I still want to smoke pills. I don't think detox doesn't really help too much. It just, like I said, just gets the pills out of your system, and then you're still out here with nothing. So, but I don't like change too much. I don't like different. What's it called? I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say.
What would you say to the younger generation if they're thinking about trying
Don't do it. It's not smart. The blues, they're just drugs are not worth it at all. You know, it's people. It makes you feel good, and they make you feel really good. But like that's it. That's all they do. They make you feel good. You get high, and then after you get high, you don't got no more. And you feel like shit, and you don't got no money to get any good luck. With the sickness, because that shit sucks. And like I said, it's just not fucking worth it. That shit takes everything from you. It strips you of like everything good in your life. I wouldn't do it. I just don't smoke the pills. The blues are evil. Save your money and do something better with your life. That's all.
If one of your loved ones gets to see this interview, what would you like to tell them?
That I'm sorry, for the decisions that I've made, and that I know they're not proud of, the person that I became, or, that I am today. And I wish that I never started smoking these pills. And that I love them very much, and that I'm gonna try my best. I don't know when, but eventually, I'm gonna get better. And I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. Being a drug addict is very hard. It's it takes a lot out of you.
Well, it's never too late to change, Nina. Never too late. All right, Nina, thank you for the interview. And are you okay with me using this on my YouTube channel?
Yeah, go ahead. I don't mind. It's okay. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you.